How's it, everybody? This is a toy story. At our house in Waimanalo, we were the first ones to live in it, and it was a brand new house. And it was a big, huge living, dining, kitchen area. And it was so big that when we first moved in there, I counted the paces of how long it took to walk across this living room. And I have a really long stride. I wasn't walking like this. I was just regular walking, 29 paces. I even made the comment that this house is too big. And the rest of the family said, "Are you crazy? This is great." So this is how large this one living area was. So I was in school still, and I was still trying to finish up my degree. And it was a fine art degree, drawing and painting. And so I would stay up late at night. I always had homework. I always had a drawing or a painting or something that was due. And so I would do my homework at nighttime after everybody else had gone to sleep. Quiet, no interruptions. Family was settled for the evening. So I'd be up by myself. And I worked in this one area that was this sort of landing area right before you went upstairs to the masters. So, but in order to get to that area, you had to come from the living room, walk down the hallway, and that's where it was. So that's where I worked. But I would turn all the lights off in the house with the exception of the kitchen light, which was across the living room. So when I'd be Paul, I'd go across the living room, go to the kitchen, turn off that light, come back, go upstairs, take a shower, go to bed. So one night, I'm Paul, and clean up. When I go out through the hallway, I start making my way across the living room. And in the corner of the living room, there was a huge pile of toys that belonged to my grandson. And they were all battery-operated toys for the most part. And, they had the bells and the whistles and the sirens and the lights and, all those really annoying toys. So we had a big pile in the living room. And so this one night, I'm walking across the living room to go and turn off the kitchen light. And I turn off the kitchen light and all the toys go off. All of them. Zing, zing, the whole thing. They're going off. And it just startled me so bad. It just scared the shit out of me. And so I was like, what in the world? So I go over, turn them all off, go upstairs, go to bed. Not too long after that, a few nights later, same thing. I'm Paul. I walk across the living room and turn off that light. They go off again. It's just, what? So I'm thinking, what in the world is making these toys go off? But I'm kind of creeped now, so I go, of course, turn them all off again. Okay, they're off. Next time, I'm afraid now, because I'm turning off that light in the kitchen and the house is dark. And so I have to walk back across this huge living room and there's a chance that those toys are going to go off again. So I would be like, please don't go off, please don't go off, please don't go off. And they went off. And so I was like, oh my God. And then I thought, well, am I triggering them somehow? Because they're battery operated. And, I don't know. I'm thinking, well, we're all energy. We're made up of energy. Maybe somehow I'm triggering this thing. I don't know. So turn them all off. Go to bed. Next time, I've learned now at this point that I'm going to leave a trail of lights. So when I go to the kitchen to turn it off, I'm not in the dark. There's more lights as I make my way back. So again, I go, turn it off. They go off. So I'm thinking, okay, this is just creeping me out. It's scaring me. I'm the only one up. And so I go and I take all the batteries out of the toys, every one of them. And I take the batteries and I put them in a bag. And I don't even leave them in that area. I took them completely out and put them in another part of the house. I don't know why, but I did. So I'm thinking, okay, done with that. It's not going to happen again. A couple nights later, cleaning up again. I walk across the living room, turn off that light. The toys go off, all of them. I'm like, what the hell? There's no batteries. So now I'm like, okay, I'm not digging this at all. So of course, I go and I turn them off. But because it's happened so much, and now it had happened without the batteries in there, and I'm just like, what? I don't know what's going on. But so what I do is I go and I get this big basket. I buy a big basket, and it's this big basket, the woven basket that looks like a Foot Locker. And I put all the toys in there. I don't know why, thinking if they were in the basket, they wouldn't go off. They go off. So it's like, okay, I don't want these things in the house. I don't want them here. And so I call my daughter. I tell Sasha, I said, you got to come get these toys. They're creeping me out. I don't want them here. And so she does. She comes to get the toys. But then I'm thinking, how in the world did these toys go off with no batteries? And I had physically turned each one of these things off. And my grandson hadn't been there. So it's not like he was playing with them and left them on or anything. And even if he had, they would have burnt out already. So it makes no sense to me. But she came and she took those toys. And thank God, because I was afraid. It's just like, I don't even want to go in that room anymore. So I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else's energy that was causing them to go off. I don't know. Who knows? But that's the toy story. So if you liked it, please like it and share it. Thanks a lot for listening. Aloha.